Join us on this journey of discovery as we share 1,800 motivational quotes that will remind you that your passion can light the way to what you truly desire. Don't miss out. An entrepreneur tends to bite off more than he can chew in the hopes of learning to digest it as he goes. The opportunity must be created, not waited for. We would never undertake anything if we wanted to ensure the success of our enterprise in advance. Business opportunities are like buses, another one always follows. If you can run a business, you can run any business. The true entrepreneur is not a dreamer, he is a doer. There are only three groups of people: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what happened. Brilliant ideas are those that the only thing that surprises us is that they didn't occur to us before. You have to know what you want. You have to have the courage to say it, and when you say it, you have to have the courage to do it. Never forget that it all started when I drew a mouse. For the first 4 years, no new ventures made a profit. Even Mozart did not start writing music until he was 4 years old. The entrepreneur always seeks change, responds to it, and uses it as an opportunity. There are geniuses in industry as in war, in the state, and in literature. The reason why one or the other is successful is inexplicable. It depends on the man. The germ of every plan and every enterprise is an idea. Not capital or labor, but an idea. Every achievement, large or small, has stages of enslavement and triumph. A beginning, a struggle, a victory. When you want to do something, there will be a lot of people who will tell you not to do it. When they see that they can't stop you, they will tell you how to do it. When you finally succeed, they will say that they have always believed in you. In any garage out there, there's an entrepreneur forging a bullet with your company's name on it. When they finished their studies, I told my children that what they should do was look for clients and not bosses. Anything the mind can conceive and believe can be achieved. If you can't do big things, do small things big. There is nothing in the world more powerful than an idea whose time has come. Let's make a notch in the universe. Some people want something to happen, others dream it will happen on its own, others make it happen. The best way to make a career for yourself is to give others the impression that helping you would be of great benefit to them. To get far in this world, you have to act as if you've already gotten far. When the winds of change blow, some seek refuge and find safety, while others build windmills and become rich. Empty pockets have never stopped anyone. Only empty heads and empty hearts have. If your aspirations are not greater than your resources, you are not an entrepreneur. The question is not who is going to let me. The question is who is going to stop me. Many of our dreams seem impossible at first, then they may seem improbable, and finally, when we commit to them firmly, they become inevitable. Ideas are capital that only earn interest in the hands of talent. It is impossible to be outstanding or very original, to be different, if you behave like everyone else and do not break some rules. There are many things we do not dare to undertake, not because they are difficult in themselves, but because they are difficult because we do not dare to undertake them. Tell everyone what you want to do and someone will want to help you do it. If you want to succeed in the world, you don't need to be much smarter than people, just be one day ahead. Great ideas need not only wings, but also landing gear. The difficulty is not in having an idea, but in reaping all its fruits. My son is now an entrepreneur. That's what they call you when you don't have a job. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So cast off the moorings. Sail away from the safe harbor. Catch the favorable winds in your sails. Explore. Discover. A man with a new idea is a madman until he succeeds. To succeed in life, you need to firmly believe in the most absurd possibilities. It is as harmful to disdain the rules as it is to adhere to them excessively. There are two basic options: accept the conditions as they exist or accept responsibility for changing them. If you want to be a great company tomorrow, You must start acting today as if you were already there. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. Each thing leads to another, which leads to another. If you concentrate on doing the smallest thing, then the next, and so on, you will find that you accomplish the greatest things by having done only the small things. It all starts as nothing. If nobody had ever tried stupid things, we would never have found smart solutions. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, achieve more and grow more, then you are a leader. A leader knows what needs to be done. A manager only knows how to do it. A leader is someone you follow to a place you wouldn't go on your own. A great leader is one who can help others discover their potential for themselves. The way people are attracted and motivated determines a leader's success. Leaders are the providers of hope who eradicate disbelief in their groups. Leaders do not emerge from nowhere. They must be developed, educated in such a way that they acquire the qualities of leadership. I have never met a great leader who wasn't passionate. When I say passionate, I don't mean that they have to shout and be charismatic. Many leaders are rather quiet, but when you hear them speak, you can feel their passion. Leadership can be defined as a certain capacity to transform a vision into a reality. The respect that leadership deserves requires that ethics be impeccable. A leader not only walks the line between right and wrong, but his position must be very clear in the gray areas. Leadership is a commitment to an idea, a dream, and a vision of what can be. Ultimately, leadership is the strength of one's convictions, the ability to withstand blows, and the energy to promote an idea. With a few exceptions, the man who cannot follow a leader intelligently cannot become an effective leader. A people can only be guided when they are shown a future. A leader is a merchant of hope. It is difficult to look up to a leader who keeps his ear to the ground. It's not enough that we do our best. Sometimes we have to do what is required of us. Leaders are neither born nor made. They make themselves. While management is problem-oriented, leadership is opportunity-oriented. Management focuses on the lower limit. How can I do certain things better? Leadership addresses the upper limit. What are the things I want to accomplish? Of all that I have done, the most vital thing is to coordinate the talents of those who work for me and to point out to them what the goal is. Leadership means that a group, large or small, is willing to entrust authority to a person who has demonstrated ability, wisdom, and competence. Management is doing things right. Leadership is getting things done. The excellence of a leader is measured by his ability to transform problems into opportunities. It is not a matter of a magnetic personality that may be just a way with words. Nor is it about making friends or influencing people. That is flattery. Leadership is about making people's sights aim higher, making people's performance rise to the standard of their potential, and building personalities beyond personal limitations. Leadership is the art of getting someone to do something you want because he wants to do it. Simply put, a leader is a man who knows where he wants to go, stands up and goes. The role of a leader is to raise people's aspirations and release their energies to try to achieve them. The true essence of leadership lies in having a vision. Great men are almost never isolated mountaintops. They are the summits in giant mountain ranges. The successful leader must understand and apply the principle of cooperative effort and be able to induce his followers to do the same. Leadership demands power and power demands cooperation. Effective leadership requires the ability to organize and master details. A genuine leader is never too busy to do anything that may be required of him in his capacity as a leader. The doors to a true leader's office are open to all who wish to enter, and his workplace is free of any formality or ostentation. The magnitude of a leader is given by the depth of his convictions, the degree of his ambitions, the angle of his vision, and the scope of his love. The ability to make my colleagues better is what I value most in my career. The job of a leader is to take his people from where they are to where they have never been before. The quality of a leader is reflected in the model he sets for himself. Good leaders are not noticed by people. Not so good leaders are honored and praised by people. Mediocre leaders are feared and the worst leaders are hated. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. When a great leader's work is done, people say, "We did it." To lead people, walk behind them. A leader has vision and conviction that a dream can be achieved. He inspires the power and energy to get the job done. To get ahead of others, you need to see more than them. Let us not lose sight of the most important factors that lead to successful leadership: commitment, a passion to leave a mark, a vision to achieve positive change, and the courage to act. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist hopes it will change. The leader adjusts the sails. Management is the process of ensuring that an organization's program and objectives are implemented correctly. Leadership, on the other hand, is concerned with the process of inspiring and motivating people. The ultimate test of a leader is the ability to recognize a problem before it becomes an emergency. The only real function of the leader is to produce new leaders, not more followers. Leaders who promise blood, sweat, and tears always get more from their followers than those who promise them security and good times. An army of deer led by a lion is much more fearsome than an army of lions commanded by a deer. Excellence as a leader has been achieved when people follow you everywhere, even if only out of curiosity. Good leadership is teaching ordinary people to do the work of superior people. The manager helps others see themselves as they are. The leader helps them see themselves as better than they are. People wonder about the difference between a leader and a boss. The leader works in the open and the boss works undercover. The leader leads and the boss drives. Example is leadership. Demonstrating leadership means that when problems arise, you deal with them in a mature, rational, and honest way, no matter how upsetting they may be. The secret to business success is to connect with people's hearts. True leadership of human beings consists in congratulating them and not condemning them. The 3 C's of leadership are consideration, caring, and courtesy. Be polite to everyone. Every failure is the seasoning that gives flavor to success. If there is a secret to success, it lies in the ability to appreciate the other person's point of view and see things from that point of view as well as from one's own. You succeed with what you don't learn. Success is the ability to go from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. The man best placed to succeed is not the one who knows how to master his passions, but the one who knows how to master the passions of others. The secret to winning is having good cards. The bad thing is that there is no secret to having good cards. No one is safe from defeat. But it is better to lose some battles in the fight for our dreams than to be defeated without even knowing why we are fighting. Our greatest glory is not based on never having failed, but on having gotten up every time we fell. Winning without risk is a triumph without glory. I don't know the key to success, but the key to failure is trying to please everyone. Poor man, he was left completely unharmed after the failure. Great men make their failures links to success. There are 2 kinds of men who will never achieve great success: those who cannot do what they are told, and those who can do nothing but what they are told. Success without honor is the greatest failure. Every failure teaches a man something he needed to learn. There are many hands and hearts that contribute to a person's success. In many companies, to achieve glory, it doesn't matter how much you win, you just have to fight. Nothing achieves triumphs like success. You may be surprised to hear this, but there is no such thing as failure. Failure is simply someone's opinion of how certain things should be done. People are not remembered by the number of times they fail, but by the number of times they succeed. Instead of being a man of success, try to be a man of value. The rest will come naturally. Failure is a cliff that must be faced. Failure is just the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. The secret of success is, above all, to be alert. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Success does not transform people. It only unmasks them. The secret to success in business is to sense where the world is going and get there first. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. It's fine to celebrate success, but it's more important to heed the lessons of failure. The fool who has achieved success says, "Look at my merit." The wise man, on the other hand, says, "Look at my luck." The difference between an intelligent man and a fool is that the former easily recovers from his failures, while the latter never recovers from his successes. Note the difference between what happens when a man says to himself, "I have failed 3 times," and what happens when he says, "I am a failure." Success requires no explanation. Failure has no excuse. Failure ravages those who resign themselves to it with indifference. A failure is a man who has made a mistake but has not been able to turn it into an experience. To someone who is unsuccessful, all success seems unfair. I've missed over 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot 26 times and I've missed it. I've failed over and over again throughout my life, and that's why I've been successful. Success has many fathers, but failure is an orphan. Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. Don't be afraid of failure. It won't make you weaker, but stronger. Winning is a habit. Unfortunately, losing is too. Many would succeed in modest things if they were not obsessed by great ambitions. Give yourself every chance to succeed. And if you fail, you will fail fighting. Obstacles are necessary for success. What is success but a state of mind? Being successful in life allows you to have money to meet the needs and obligations that you would not have without success. Failure is the greatest opportunity one have to really know who I am. Failure has gone to his head. The successful person is the one who makes 51 correct decisions out of every 100. Most of our failures come from trying to speed up the time of success. Even the victors are defeated by victory. There are few easy successes and few definitive failures. You can't choose how you lose, but you can choose how you recover to win next time. No one becomes a man without having triumphed over his failures. In every failure there is a new opportunity. There are successes that are consecrations and others that are luck. There is something worse in life than failure, not having tried anything. Failure strengthens the strong. If there is no possibility of failure, then victory is meaningless. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you do, you will succeed. Nobody wants to fail. That's why most of us don't even try. It is better to fail honestly than to succeed due to fraud. Those who get discouraged by failure do so because they already have everything they can do. Our goal in life is not to succeed, but to continue failing with good humor. Success is a journey, not a destination. Success comes to those who are too busy to look for it. Sometimes because a battle is lost, a new way must be found to win the war. Victory is the same as making defeat glorious. Success should be measured not by the position a person has reached, but by his efforts to succeed. You are a successful person when you have some of the things money can buy and all of the things money can't buy. Most people fail because they do not have a clear idea of what they want to achieve. He who does not know what he is looking for does not understand what he finds. The greatest danger for most of us is not that we aim too high and miss it, but that we aim too low and hit it. Behind all this demand for new and better things there is one quality which one must possess in order to win, and that is definiteness of purpose, exact knowledge of what one wants, and a burning desire to possess it. A goal is a dream with a deadline. Don't be afraid to fail. The mistake is not to fail, but to aim too low. With great aspirations, it is glorious even to fail. A goal is not always made to be achieved. It often serves simply as an objective. He who waits for his work to be pointed out will die without fulfilling his task. If you don't decide what your priorities are and how much time you will dedicate to them, someone else will decide it for you. Crystallize your goals. Make a plan to achieve them. If this video has fired you up, inspired you, or given you a fresh take on set a deadline. Then, with supreme confidence, move forward with your project. If you don't know where you're going, you'll probably end up somewhere else. The higher a man sets his sights, the more he will grow. When a man does not know where he is sailing, no wind is favorable to him. It's hard to get everyone lined up and marching in the same direction if you don't tell them where you're going. A well-established goal is already half achieved. Good will always find the model and the opportunity. Those who say something cannot be done are often interrupted by others who are doing it. The barriers that say to genius, "You shall not pass this far," have not yet been raised. Circumstances? What are circumstances? I am the circumstances. The impossible is the ghost of the timid and the refuge of cowards. Things are not difficult to do. What is difficult is putting ourselves in a position to do them. Success is often achieved by those who do not know that failure is inevitable. Only one thing makes a dream impossible: the fear of failure. If you can dream it, you can do it. Think, believe, dream and dare. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who do well in life are the people who go looking for the circumstances they want, and if they don't find them, they create them. There are those who do not dare to take the first step because they are not sure what will happen next, and that is what makes them fail in the future. What you believe is what you will be. Most of the things people consider impossible are the easiest to do. No one is poor enough to not be able to give something. Once again, there is great satisfaction in taking risks. Remember, if you don't make mistakes, you don't take risks. There is never a lack of good pretexts for bad intentions. Failure proves the weakness of desire and not its recklessness. Where there's a will, there's a winner. He who has the will has the strength. Good will replaces faculty. He who wants does more than he who can. Never complain about your environment or those around you. There are those who in your same environment knew how to overcome. Circumstances are good or bad according to the will or strength of your heart. If I want sounds good, I can sounds even better. To be able to, you just have to want to. A strong and hard will, when it is determined, turns mountains into plains. Not wanting is the cause, not being able to, the pretext. I may fall, I may hurt myself, I may break, but that will not take away my willpower. Behind every achievement there is another challenge. All methods are good when you believe in their effectiveness. Desire conquers fear. He who is not brave enough to take risks will achieve nothing in life. In seeking the impossible, man has always achieved and recognized the possible, and those who have wisely limited themselves to what they believed possible have never taken a single step forward. Never follow the beaten path, for it leads where others have already gone. It is better to act and expose yourself to regret than to regret having done nothing. With boldness you can try everything, but not achieve everything. Courage cannot be simulated. It is a virtue that escapes hypocrisy. Courage is like love. It needs hope to nourish it. The reasonable man has never achieved anything. Be crazy when the occasion calls for it. To get out of difficulties, it is necessary to be afraid. No other weapon or virtue is needed. The man who is not afraid is lost. The adventure may be crazy, but the adventurer who undertakes it must be sane. An adventure is, by nature, something that chooses us, not something we choose. If we keep doing what we're doing, we'll keep achieving what we're achieving. In an adventure, you never go as far as when you don't know where you're going. There are times when boldness is prudence. Where millions of men have cowered, there you begin to work. We are unaware of our true height until we stand up. Think, believe, dream and dare. Wherever there is a successful company, someone once made a brave decision. Decide if what you want to achieve is worth the risks you can take. If the answer is yes, stop worrying. If you are looking for different results, don't always do the same thing. A man who risks nothing for his ideas, either his ideas are worth nothing, or the man is worth nothing. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. Fortune goes to courage. I'm looking for men who believe that nothing is impossible. Boldness in business, first, second, and third. The meek will possess the land, but not the mineral rights. We must not set out to discover new lands until we dare to lose sight of the shore for some time. A single act of courage can alter the concept of what is possible. 100% of the shots that are not taken are always wasted. There is nothing more dangerous than not taking risks. Great dangers create resources, or rather, allow them to be discovered. Dare, progress is only achieved this way. To get to where we are not, we will have to advance where we are not going. Every plan of action has its costs and risks, but these cannot be compared to the costs and risks of comfortable inaction. More than one person made a mistake out of fear of being wrong. Fear of the evil future has put many in danger. Of all the risks I have taken, the only one I would never have taken is the one if I had not taken them all. What is not tried never works. I don't regret at all having taken all the risks for what I cared about. The world belongs to those who are born to conquer it, not to those who dream they can conquer it. I do the impossible, because anyone can do the possible. He who dares little will often find adverse fortune. Danger is never overcome without danger. God does not help the coward. We defended ourselves as victors defend themselves, by attacking. Fear is the fundamental factor that drives people to live small and inauthentic lives. Most fears are nothing more than an illusion. The real risk is in a life without risks. The fears you don't control control you. Remember that there is no game you can win if you don't play. In the port, ships are safe, but they were not made for that. Man gives his best only when he devotes himself to something that is beyond his capabilities. No one ever reached the summit accompanied by fear. The world belongs to God and He rents it to the brave. If your only chance is to stay as you are, then it is not a chance. Man has wings he does not know. Always go for the biggest victory possible. Always aim as high as you can. The man who tries to see clearly before deciding never decides. The requirement for success is promptness in decisions. There is no secret that can compare to speed. The truest wisdom is a resolute determination. If you start to conquer Vienna, conquer Vienna. I work fast to live slow. Down the street of I'm coming, you go to the house of never. Be patient and gather all possible elements before making a decision, but always make it. Waiting hurts. Forgetting hurts. But the worst suffering is not knowing what decision to make. If you already know what you have to do and you don't do it, then you are worse off than before. What is deferred is half lost. Not deciding is deciding. When the time comes when it could be done, the time when it could have been done has passed. When it is not necessary to make a decision, it is necessary not to make it. There comes a time in the affairs of men when one must take the bull by the horns and face the situation. The worst decision is indecision. He who left nothing for tomorrow did much. Regretting the things we did can be lessened with time. Regretting the things we didn't do can be inconsolable. Thinking before deciding is the way to go. Then, make the choice with determination, and if you make a mistake, acknowledge the error and start over. Always rush towards the solution. Even a right decision is a bad decision if it is taken too late. Think slowly, but execute your decisions quickly. He who waits to do too much at once will never do anything. Few things are impossible for diligence and activity. Great need requires great diligence. The history of failures and wars can be summed up in 2 words: too late. Failure will never be final if the determination to achieve success is so strong that it never ends or diminishes. Procrastination is too high a price to pay for fear of failure. Make haste. Do not trust in the hours to come. He who is not ready today will be even less ready tomorrow. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. A good solution applied vigorously is better than a perfect solution applied 10 minutes late. If you do something, do it. The only limit to our achievement of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Woe to the indecisive and the parsimonious. Much more perishes from lack than from excess. The world only gives something when it is taken away by force. Only those who rise up and go out to meet circumstances succeed in the world, and if they cannot find them, they create them. The only mistakes we make in life are the things we don't do. The job that is never started is the one that takes the longest to finish. God gives the talent. What we put in is the work. Consistency is the foundation of success. Inspiration is work, work and work. There is no mistake as big as not continuing. Victory belongs to the most persevering. There is no distance that cannot be traveled or goal that cannot be reached. To work successfully, have charity in your heart and patience in execution. Create like God, command like a king, work like a slave. Persevere in your efforts and you will find what you seek. Pursue your goal without deviating and you will achieve your goal. Fight vigorously and you will win. Discipline is the most important part of success. Genius is the infinite art of working with patience. The first duty of man is to always move forward. A hero can be either the one who triumphs or the one who succumbs, but never the one who abandons the fight. The qualities necessary to achieve success are a fervent enthusiasm backed by the tenacity of a mule. There is no path that does not end unless it is opposed by laziness and idleness. As long as I have something left to do, I have done nothing. Success is not the end. Failure is not ruin. What counts is the courage to continue. If you're going through hell, don't stop. Many failures come from forgetting that things only get fixed when they are completely broken. Life is about perseverance. You are not defeated when you lose, but when you give up. Life is not easy for any of us. We must have perseverance and, above all, self-confidence. We were given gifts to fulfill a mission, and that mission must be accomplished. He who does not do everything, does nothing. The luck of genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Only those who do something while waiting for success to come to them are successful. The promised land is always on the other side of the desert. Leave your hobby at the first stones, and put the last in only one of your projects. I'll run like a black man to live like a white man. The superior man is he who is always faithful to hope. Not to persevere is cowardly. To believe that constant, firm and tireless work can obtain everything constitutes the impossibility of failure. Those who give up are more numerous than those who fail. In 2 words, I can sum up everything I have learned about life. Keep going. Our reward is found in the effort and not in the result. A total effort is a complete victory. Constancy is the virtue by which all the others bear fruit. Talent depends on inspiration, but effort depends on each one. The strength grows in proportion to the load. The point is not to be captive. The point is not to surrender. When you fail, consider it a sign that your plan was not good. Replan and start the journey again towards achieving your goals. Temporary defeat should mean only one thing: the knowledge that there is something wrong with the plan. The secret of sublime hearts is in the word persevering. I don't do things halfway, because I know that if I do, then I can only expect to have half-hearted results. Step by step. I can't imagine any other way of achieving things. We must continue the fight with what we can until we can. To carry out great undertakings, one must live convinced, not that one is naive, but that one is immortal. A journey of 1,000 miles begins at one's feet. The very ability to take that last step when we are tired and exhausted is the quality that separates and differentiates the winners from the other competitors. You must do at least one movement a day that brings you a little closer to your goal. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. Men of genius begin great works. Industrious men finish them. Talent is a fairly common thing. Intelligence is not in short supply, but perseverance is. I go slowly, but never retracing my steps. Winners never quit and the fickle and insecure never win. The prizes are awarded at the end of the competition, not at the beginning. The winner's cup is won after much toil, sweat, and suffering. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you have to start over. Everything else is fantasy. One more effort and what was going to be a failure becomes a success. Work, the only excuse for success. A compass does not dispense with rowing. When you come to fully understand the root meaning of the word success, you discover that it means keep going. When inspiration strikes, let it catch me working. Perseverance is invincible. Therefore, time, in its action, destroys and overthrows all power. A long road requires short steps. Effort never helps fortune. Do what you can with what you have, wherever you are. You can't beat someone who doesn't give up. The only place where success precedes work is in the dictionary. Success is not achieved only with special qualities. It is above all a matter of perseverance, method, and organization. Never the flag lowered, never the last enterprise. It's amazing how far you can go by persisting. Most people give up soon. Their fears must be stronger than their faith. I am extraordinarily patient as long as I get my way in the end. The most beautiful success is not the one that comes like a domesticated house cat, but the one that you have to learn to tame and force like a wild horse. And he gains strength by walking. Success is simply a matter of luck. If you don't believe it, ask any loser. A good result is having done everything possible. Personally, I really like strawberries and cream, but for some mysterious reason, fish prefer worms. That's why when I go fishing, I don't bait my hook with strawberries and cream, but with worms. A man who decides to do something without thinking of anything else overcomes all obstacles. The success of a company is simply a reflection of the attitude and the degree of motivation and commitment of the people who make it up. Ask yourself if what you are doing today is getting you closer to where you want to be. The secret of success is consistency of purpose. Giving up may be justified, but giving up never is. Obstacles are those horrible things you see when you look away from your goal. Don't listen to friends when the inner friend says, "Do this." The world doesn't care about your self-esteem. The world expects you to achieve something, regardless of whether you feel good about yourself or not. Every person who succeeds in any endeavor must be willing to burn his bridges and eliminate all possibilities of turning back. Only then can he be sure to maintain that state of mind known as the burning desire to win, which is essential to success. Ability is what you are able to do. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines what you are able to do. In the history of mankind, no one has ever been successful if they have let the opinions of others get in their way. No matter how much you've accomplished, there's always more you can do. Man is intelligent because he has hands. For the spirit as for the body, he who limits action diminishes energy. Often, among our motives for action, there is one more powerful than the others. It is the one that is not said. You have to think like a man of action and act like a man of thought. There are 4 things that move man into action: interest, love, fear, and faith. It is not worth doing what is not worth doing to begin with. Each one is a child of his works. In action, be primitive. In foresight, a strategist. Do not question your reasoning, which can only answer you with words. Turn to the world with actions, so that it may respond to you with certainties. Inactivity is only desirable when we have too much to do. It is better to wear out than to rust. Leisure does not mean inactivity. It is the freedom to do anything. If this video has fired you up, inspired you, or given you a fresh take on we must avoid what atrophies. Nothing happens until something moves. We know more than we do. He who does something may be wrong, but he who does nothing is already wrong. You can't make a reputation by what you plan to do. The air makes the eagle. Talent is formed in calm, character in the torrent of the world. Use makes metals shine. The less you accomplish, the shorter life seems. The great goal of life is not knowledge, but action. Keep the faculty of effort alive in you by giving it a little free exercise every day. It is impossible to fully enjoy doing nothing if you don't have many things to do. The craftsman is known by his work. The way to do is to be. The world is divided into people who do things and people who take credit for them. When you have a lot of things to do, the day has 1,000 pockets. It is better to excel in one thing than to be vulgar in many. Every movement, whatever its cause, is creative. Half is done when things get off to a good start. Man is not made to meditate but to act. It is the sum of all his footprints that defines a man. Only activity directed toward a certain goal makes life bearable. The shortest way to do many things is to do only one thing at a time. Getting off to a good start is no small feat, but it's not much either. In a word, I'm always busy, which is perhaps the main reason why I'm always fine. There is nothing so easy that it does not seem extremely difficult when done reluctantly. Some people confuse a full life with a packed schedule. When we have discovered the laws that govern life, we will realize that the man of action is more excited than the dreamer. Work, a vice disguised as a necessity. May the gods grant that everyone performs the job he knows. Blessed is he who has found his work. Let him ask for no more happiness. Go with happy tiredness wrapped around your waist. I don't like work, nobody does, but I like the fact that I have the opportunity to discover myself at work. Heavy work is usually the accumulation of light tasks that were not done on time. A happy man is one who, during the day because of his work, and at night because of his tiredness, has no time to think about his things. How many people on their deathbed regret not having spent more time at the office? Blessed is the task in which one can sing. If people really liked to work, we would still be working the land with wooden plows and carrying bundles on our backs. My father always told me, find a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. By working faithfully for 8 hours a day, you may eventually become a boss and work 12 hours. One day my grandfather told me that there are two types of people, those who work hard and those who seek merit. He told me to try to be in the first group. There is less competition. Serving beer or delivering pizzas doesn't take away your dignity. Your grandparents called it something else, opportunity. Too much talent is required for small jobs and too little for big ones. No one who is enthusiastic about his work can fear anything in life. Praiseworthy work is a seedbed of feats. No matter how great the position, it must show that the person is greater. Do your job and expect the rewards, but in that order. Let's take a little break to finish early. Work. If you can, work hard. If not, work anyway. The pleasure that accompanies work makes fatigue forgotten. A man's spirits are never more uplifted than when he has found suitable work. The greatest pleasure, without any mixture of boredom, is rest when one is really tired, and especially if one is tired from work. Labor is the only capital not subject to bankruptcy. It is easier to appear worthy of jobs you don't have than of those you do have. There are people whose placement in a position constitutes an offense to their predecessor. Idle people tend to feel more tired than those who work. Don't tell me how hard you work. Tell me about how much you do. The man who works is never completely unhappy. Unhurried work is the greatest rest for the body. Fall in love with your craft, no matter how small, and rest in it. When a man tells you he got rich through hard work, ask him, whose work done with good will leaves the person doing it with a margin of freedom. The longer the title, the less important the position. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. I keep working for the same reason the hen keeps laying eggs. Doing nothing is hard work. You never know when you're done. He who does not have 2/3 of his day for himself is a slave, whatever he may be, politician, merchant, official, or scholar. A profession is the backbone of life. May death surprise me in the middle of my work. If someone doesn't want to work, he shouldn't eat either. When someone complains about his job, they should be put to do nothing. The most productive work is that which comes from the hands of a happy man. If you don't need it as food, you need it as medicine. What distinguishes men is not how they earn a living, but rather how they waste their time. We cannot excel at work if we do nothing but work. Some say hard work never killed anyone, but I say, why take the risk? Whenever you are asked if you can do a job, say yes and get busy learning how to do it. Sweat and you will be saved. Doing 2 jobs is the best way to make sure both go wrong. The greatest reward of our work is not what we are paid for it, but what it makes us. There are people who have as their principles not to allow their occupation to become a job. The work in which we find pleasure cures the pain it causes. If the whole year were a joyful vacation, having fun would be more annoying than working. Blessed is he who has a profession that matches his hobby. The art of rest is a part of the art of working. If only for the miserable desire to rest, you must work. The weight of a load depends on the one who carries it. In short, what is least tiring is work. A man is worthy of any employment on the eve of his appointment. He who considers himself too important for small jobs is often too small for important jobs. Work is governed by a law that seems enormously unfair, but that exists, and we cannot change it. The more fun you have working, the better you get paid. Work drives away 3 great vices: boredom, addiction, and poverty. Find what you love to do and get someone to pay you to do it. At work, as in play, the important thing is not to win, but to participate. When you are not passionate about what you do, it is not worth doing. People are not aware of what they are really capable of doing until they are forced to do it. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you do, you will be successful. The biggest risk is not taking a risk. In a rapidly changing world, the only strategy guaranteed to fail is not taking a risk. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day after day. It doesn't matter how many times you fail, what matters is how many times you get up. Life is 18-1. 18% of what you do and 1% of what you are. The difference between a successful life and an unsuccessful one is not a lack of strength or knowledge, but rather a lack of will. Success is a journey, not a destination. The action is often more important than the idea. Perseverance is the key to success. Don't count the days, make the days count. The only thing standing between you and your dream is the will to try and the belief that it is actually possible. Don't worry about failure, worry about the opportunities you miss by not trying. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. It's never too late to be what you might have been. The way to get what you want is to work for it. Hard work does not guarantee success, but lack of hard work guarantees failure. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. Goals are dreams with an expiration date. Do it with passion or don't do it at all. Most people are as happy as they make up their minds to be. The best way to predict the future is to create it. If you don't fight for what you want, don't cry for what you've lost. At its core, work is what gives us meaning and purpose in life. Instead of asking yourself what you need to do, ask yourself who you need to be. If you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help them build theirs. Your life is the result of your choices. If you don't like your life, it's time to start making better choices. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your achievements. Gratitude transforms what we have into enough. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. Happiness is not something you make. It comes from your own actions. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Life is short. Make every day count. Don't wait. It's never going to be the perfect time. Make your life a dream and your dream a reality. It doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you don't stop. The only limitation you have is the one you put on yourself. It always seems impossible until it's done. Life is a journey, not a destination. The only way to achieve great things is to love what you do. When you do what you love, you never have to work a day in your life. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you have to keep moving forward. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Life is 50% what you do and 50% what you think. What matters is not the destination, but the journey. Sometimes the questions are more important than the answers. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. Opportunities don't pass you by, you create them. Life is an echo. What you send out comes back. Failure is just the opportunity to begin again, more intelligently. The best things in life are free. The most valuable things are priceless. Life is not about waiting for the storm to pass, but about learning to dance in the rain. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Life is like a book. If you don't travel, you'll only read one page. The most effective way to do it is to do it. In life, the most important thing is to have a goal and a plan to achieve it. Life is too short not to enjoy it. Learn to enjoy the little things. One day you'll look back and realize they were the big things. Life is measured not by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Every day is a new opportunity to change your life. Life is a gift, and you shouldn't waste time on things that don't matter. Sometimes what you need is a change of perspective. If you want your life to change, change your habits. Life is a daring adventure or it is nothing. Life is like a mirror. If you smile, it will smile back at you. A day without laughter is a day wasted. Life is a beautiful journey, not a destination. Learn to say no to things that don't make you happy. Don't count the days, make the days count. Life is a journey worth living. Happiness is not something you make. It comes from your own actions. Everything has beauty, but not everyone can see it. Good things come to those who wait, but the best things come to those who go looking for them. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Happiness is not a goal, but a byproduct of a life well lived. Live each day as if it were your last, because one day you will be right. Life is what you make of it. It's always been that way. There is no time like the present. Do what you love and you will never work a day in your life. Life is a reflection of your thoughts. If you change your thinking, you change your life. Dreams are the foundations of life. Don't let the fear of failure get the better of you. Make every day count, because it will never happen again. The best thing about life is living it. Every day is a new opportunity to be better. Happiness is not found, it is created. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. You have to live life to the fullest and make the most of every moment. If you are not willing to take risks, don't expect a change in your life. Life is a blank canvas, and you are the painter. Happiness is a path, not a destination. Every day is a new opportunity to change your life. It's never too late to be what you could have been. Every moment is an opportunity to create something beautiful. Life is too short not to pursue your dreams. The best tribute that can be paid to good people is to imitate them. Ambition is the dung of glory. Our character is the result of our behavior. What good is it to be stronger, if you don't know how to be better? To propose to be good is to be good already. I don't know of any other sign of superiority than kindness. The only possible and respectable aristocracy is that of decent people. The luxury of being better than others must be paid for. Society demands a tribute that must be paid in strips of skin. True character always appears in great circumstances. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. You get to know the bottom of the valley much better when you are at the top of the mountains. There are men who fight for one day and are good. There are others who fight for 1 year and are better. There are those who fight for many years and are very good. But there are those who fight for a lifetime. Those are the essential ones. The greatness of a person can be manifested in great moments, but it is formed in everyday moments. Lord, do not continue to produce giants. Elevate the race. Like a river, man is change and permanence. What men have in common is what makes them most different. The character must not only be kept clean, but bright. A great man is he who makes every man feel small. But really, the only great man is he who makes every man feel great. The price of greatness is responsibility. The higher we are, the more we must descend to our inferiors. The more honest a man is, the more difficult it is for him to suspect that others are not. Everyone has their own character, even if they don't exercise it. They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. Greatness and love, like perfumes, are hardly noticed by those who wear them. The better the man is, the more mistakes he will make, because he will try to do more new things. The sun accepts passing through small windows. They may beat me, break my bones, kill me, they will have my corpse, but not my obedience. Only those men who have left lights burning in their wake that never go out are worthy of immortality. Only those people who have had an impact in this life leave traces. When you are strong, you have to be good. Dangerous are those great men whom one cannot laugh at. There is a certain honesty, a certain sincerity, which belongs to the undisguisable genre. It is easy to be good. The difficult thing is to be fair. Character is a strong will directed by a tender conscience. I don't know if it's a personal opinion, but nothing seems big to me if it makes me feel small. The closer one gets to great men, the more one realizes that they are men. The glory of great men must always be measured by the means they have employed to acquire it. A man should not be judged by his qualities, but by the use he makes of them. In every man there is a little of all men. The most fascinating surface on earth is the human face. In character, in behavior, in style, in all things, the supreme excellence is simplicity. Keep company with good people and you will seem so. Everything truly great belongs to all of humanity. Men, like mountains, are only united at their lowest points. Their summits rise alone to infinity. In general, one must straighten up to be great. One must only stay as one is to be small. Trees with deep roots always grow the highest. Men are more capable of great deeds than of good deeds. The good man is the hero of everyday events. True greatness does not require the humiliation of others. The higher a man rises, the smaller he appears to those who cannot fly. I tell you, you must carry chaos within yourself to be able to put a star in the world. When you see a giant, first examine the position of the sun, otherwise it may be the shadow of a pygmy. The greatness of a man lies in knowing how to recognize his own smallness. Man is mortal because of his fears and immortal because of his desires. Do not recognize as superior anyone but a man better than you. The human body is the carriage, the self, the man who drives it, thought is the reins, and feelings, the horses. It is not necessary for goodness to be manifested, but rather to be seen. The strongest and best constituted soul is the one that is not proud or enervated by successes and is not defeated by setbacks. Being a man is growing inward. Each one is solely responsible for everyone. From naive simplicity we arrive at a deeper simplicity. All strong souls belong to the same family. All other things must. Man is the being who wants. It is in the small details and when he is off guard that a man best reveals his character. Much of goodness consists in wanting to be good. The reward of a good deed is having done it. Do not fear greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, some are thrust upon greatness, and some are too great for greatness. If this video has fired you up, inspired you, or given you a fresh take on the way the world goes, to be honest, is to be chosen out of 10,000. When someone gets kicked from behind, it's because they're in front. Greatness, willingness to take risks by exposing one's own smallness. From sudden, high flights, abysses are often close by. I have studied the lives of great and famous men and women, and I have found that those who rose to prominence were those who undertook whatever work they were called upon to do with the vigor, energy, and enthusiasm of which they were capable. Meeting great people in real life makes you think that you too can become great. The warm smile is the universal language of kindness. The man who is certain to advance is the one who is too big for his place. The worst men give the best advice. The worst thing bad guys do is force us to doubt good guys. From the sublime to the ridiculous, there is only one step. Ambition never stops, not even at the peak of greatness. The most dangerous of all weaknesses is the fear of appearing weak. In the matter of ungrateful men and women, we come out so many to so many. Each one is as God made him, and often even worse. In great things, men show themselves as it suits them. In small things, they show themselves as they are. Man spends half his life doing things he doesn't know how to do, and the other half complaining about what others do. Beware of the man who desires nothing. The worst thing about inferiority complexes is that the wrong people have them. The world is not in danger from bad people, but from those who allow evil. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. In the end, the only thing that is ridiculous is the fear of appearing ridiculous. Bad people can be trusted, they never change. He was the kind of person who spends his life doing things he hates to get money he doesn't need and buy things he doesn't want to impress people he hates. We don't always do what we want. Fortunately, to err is human, but to blame someone else is more human. At sowing time, some are missing that appear at harvest time. Men are like bombs. When you least expect it, they explode. Ambition is like a torrent. It never looks back. Nobody suddenly becomes evil. Some people use their intelligence to simplify, and others to complicate. Do not wish to be elevated before you are great. The slave has only one owner, the ambitious one, as many as there are people who can be useful to his fortune. The symbol of ingratitude is not the snake, but man. We would often be ashamed of our most beautiful actions if the world saw the motives that produce them. Circumstances do not form men, they show them. Adapt yourself to the world, because your head is too small for the world to adapt to you. Men are the history of history, others are its background. Life is about being what you are. Superiority manifests itself in daily life. The image of God may be perfect, that of man is not. A man should always have a little bit of madness. Never so much that it leads to madness, but a little bit to be original. The longer the fight continues, the closer victory comes. You will be what you are able to dream. The greatest folly is to believe that there is folly in some men. True glory is not in being great, but in making others great. Ambition is what moves the world. Without it, there would be no life. Life begins where fear ends. Great struggles are those that give rise to great victories. Being kind is an act of greatness that is never forgotten. There is no better path to greatness than through humility. Sincerity is the greatest wealth that a human being can have. Every new day is an opportunity to grow and learn. Kindness is a force that transcends time. True friendship knows no bounds. The beauty of life is in its small moments. Wisdom is not measured by years, but by experiences. Every act of kindness leaves a mark on the heart. Greatness is not a destination, It is a journey we begin each day. Life is a reflection of our actions and thoughts. There is no greater satisfaction than helping others. Strength of character is revealed in moments of crisis. True wealth lies in the relationships we build. Compassion is the light that guides our steps. Passion for what we do can change the world. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. Don't let fear stop you from pursuing your dreams. Life is a blank canvas. You are the artist. Gratitude transforms the way we see the world. Happiness is a state of the heart. Perseverance is the key to success. There is no greater power than love. Every day is a new opportunity to be better. Curiosity is the engine of learning. Hope is the beacon in dark times. Faith moves mountains. Small actions can have a big impact. Patience is a virtue that is always worth cultivating. Generosity enriches both the giver and the receiver. Freedom is a right that we must value. Respect for oneself is the first step towards respect for others. True greatness is manifested in humility. Words have the power to heal or hurt. Choose wisely. Unity is strength. Kindness is contagious. Spread it fearlessly. Diversity is what enriches humanity. Life is a journey, not a destination. The smile is the universal language of kindness. Trust is built day by day. Empathy is the key to building bridges between people. Creativity flourishes in an environment of freedom. Love for nature connects us with what is essential. The truth is a treasure that we must protect. Laughter is the best remedy for the soul. Humility is the true sign of greatness. Gratitude transforms our perspectives. Kindness has no limits. It multiplies with every act. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Happiness is not a destination, but a way of traveling. Life is a gift. Open it with joy. Change is the only constant in life. Sincerity is the path to authentic relationships. Respect is the basis of every good relationship. Wisdom lies in the humility of recognizing what we don't know. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. The truth always prevails, even if it takes time to come to light. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it. Kindness is an act of courage that can change the world. Inner peace is the true triumph. Character is forged in adversity. Life is an adventure worth living. Trust is earned through actions, not words. Creativity is the soul of innovation. Kindness is the language the heart speaks. Happiness is contagious. Share it. Life is lived in the present. Make the most of every moment. Authenticity is the key to meaningful relationships. Gratitude is the memory of the heart. The truth sets us free. Kindness is a seed that grows in any soil. Hope is the engine that drives us forward. Life is an echo. What you send out comes back. Love is an endless journey. Education is the key that opens the doors to the future. Greatness is in the details. Connecting with others enriches us. Life is a beautiful puzzle. Every piece counts. Generosity is a form of love. Curiosity leads us to discover the unknown. Laughter is the melody of the soul. Greatness lies in serving others. Passion drives life forward. Life is a canvas. Paint your own masterpiece. Kindness is the true sign of strength. Peace begins with a smile. Where there is no triumph, keep walking with faith in yourself. Behind every person there is a story that we do not know. Never judge a book by its cover. Human potential is infinite and unpredictable. Humility is the best way to recognize the value of others. We all have something to teach and something to learn. Greatness is found in the most unexpected places. To underestimate someone is to underestimate the universe of possibilities. Diversity enriches, it does not divide. Each person has their own pace and path. Humility opens doors to new perspectives. There is no one who does not have something valuable to contribute. True intelligence is recognizing the intelligence of others. Empathy allows us to connect with others on a deeper level. Arrogance clouds vision and limits growth. Listening carefully is the first step to understanding. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. We all have strengths and weaknesses, and that makes us unique. Collaboration is the key to achieving great things. Respect is the basis of any healthy relationship. Diversity of thoughts enriches any conversation. To underestimate someone is to deny them the opportunity to shine. Humility allows us to learn from others. We all have the potential to surprise. Arrogance is a sign of insecurity. Active listening helps us build stronger relationships. Diversity is a strength, not a weakness. Humility allows us to grow as people. We all have something to teach the world. Arrogance prevents learning. Listening with the heart connects us with others. The diversity of experiences enriches our lives. Humility makes us stronger. We all have the right to be heard and respected. Arrogance limits our possibilities. Listening carefully helps us resolve conflicts. Diversity of perspectives helps us find better solutions. Humility is the first step towards wisdom. We all have the potential to achieve great things. Arrogance isolates us from others. Listening with empathy helps us build bridges. Diversity of talent enriches any team. Humility allows us to learn from our mistakes. We all have the right to be valued. Arrogance hinders personal growth. Listening carefully helps us understand the needs of others. The diversity of cultures enriches our society. Humility makes us more resilient. We all have the potential to inspire others. Arrogance blinds us to possibilities. Listening carefully helps us build lasting relationships. Diversity of opinions helps us make better decisions. Doing good is a reward in itself. The true value of an act is not in the reward, but in the intention. Selfless actions always find an echo in the universe. When you do good without expecting anything, you receive more than you imagine. Kindness does not seek applause, only open hearts. The good you do in silence is stronger than 1,000 words. Do good because it is the right thing to do, not because you are thanked for it. Helping without expecting anything in return is the true power of generosity. The greatest satisfaction of doing good is knowing that you did it. The best acts are those that do not expect recognition. Do good and leave it anonymous. The impact will be eternal. The good you give, even if you don't see it, always comes back in some way. Selfless kindness is the language of the soul. Do good without expecting anything, and you will have given everything. Noble actions do not need an audience, only sincerity. What you do for others without expecting anything is what enriches you the most. Do good without expecting anything, because that is true freedom. Gratitude doesn't always come from others. Sometimes it comes from your own heart. Kindness is not measured by what you receive, but by what you give without expecting. When you do good without seeking reward, you get closer to yourself. Helping without expecting anything is the greatest expression of humanity. The true hero is the one who does good without expecting recognition. Kindness is most valuable when it is given without conditions. Doing good without expecting anything is the purest form of love. Genuine kindness needs no witnesses, only sincere hearts. Do good because you can, not because you expect something in return. The greatest acts are those that do not expect applause. The greatest reward of doing good is knowing that you did it. Do good without expecting anything, because that is what makes you truly great. The good you give without expecting anything transforms the world in silence. Kindness does not seek gratitude, it seeks to transform hearts. Helping without expecting anything in return fills you with a peace that no one can take away from you. Do good and forget about it, because the impact will be eternal. True nobility lies in doing good without anyone knowing. Doing good without expecting anything is a way of sowing hope. The purest love is the one that is given without expecting a return. Kindness is not measured by what you receive. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. But by what you give unconditionally. Do good in silence and let your actions speak for themselves. The greatest reward of doing good is the change it generates in yourself. Doing good without expecting anything is the basis of a full life. True generosity is giving without looking back, without expecting anything. Do good without expecting applause, because true success is in the heart. Helping without expecting anything in return is the purest form of greatness. What you give without expecting anything always comes back in some way. Doing good is the greatest form of gratitude towards life itself. Kindness needs no witnesses, only will. Do good because your heart feels it, not because you expect something in return. The greatest reward of a selfless act is the good you sow. The good you do without expecting anything is what transforms the world the most. Do good without expecting anything, and you will find that you have already earned everything. Words are swords that can hurt or heal. A well-said word can change the world. Tongue is a double-edged sword. Use your words wisely. Words have the power to build and destroy. It is better to remain silent and appear foolish than to speak out and confirm it. Words are seeds that germinate in the mind. A kind word can go a long way. The tongue can be more poisonous than any snake. Words have the power to inspire and motivate. Before you speak, consider whether your words will build up or destroy. The spoken word is not recorded. Words can be more powerful than any action. A hurtful word can leave a deep scar. Words are a reflection of our inner self. Words have the power to unite or separate. The tongue can be sweeter than honey or more bitter than gall. Words can lift you up or tear you down. Before you speak, think about whether your words are necessary. Words have the power to heal wounds. The tongue can be a deadly weapon, but it can also be a balm for the soul. Words can be a source of joy or sadness. Before you speak, think about the consequences of your words. Words have the power to transform lives. The tongue can be sharper than any sword. Words can be a source of wisdom or ignorance. Before you speak, think about whether your words are true. Words can be a bridge to understanding. The tongue can be more powerful than any king. Words can be a source of hope or despair. Before you speak, think about whether your words are fair. Words can be a secret weapon. The tongue can be sweeter than nectar. Words can be a source of knowledge. Before you speak, think about whether your words are constructive. Words can be a weapon of defense. The tongue can be more bitter than gall. Words can be a source of inspiration. Before you speak, think about whether your words are kind. Words can be a weapon of mass destruction. The tongue can be more powerful than any drug. Words can be a source of light. Before you speak, think about whether your words are necessary. Words can be a weapon of seduction. The tongue can be sweeter than wine. Words can be a source of truth. Before you speak, think about whether your words are honest. Words can be a weapon of intimidation. The tongue can be more bitter than lemon. Words can be a source of life. Before you speak, think about whether your words are worth remembering. Those who are sure they are right often ignore evidence that contradicts them. Overconfidence in one's own truth can lead to dangerous blindness. Sometimes those who shout the loudest about the truth are those who understand it the least. Absolute certainty is rarely found in reality. The arrogance of those who believe they have the answer can be their worst enemy. Those who refuse to question their beliefs rarely find new perspectives. Truth is a compass. but those who think they possess it can get lost in their own path. Those who cling to their certainties often remain trapped in their own ignorance. Wisdom lies in the humility of knowing that there is always more to learn. The search for truth is a journey, not an arrival. Those who believe themselves to be infallible are often the first to make mistakes. Certainty can be an obstacle to learning. True wisdom manifests itself in the willingness to listen. If this video has fired you up, inspired you, or given you a fresh take on those who think they have all the answers rarely find solutions. Sometimes the humility to acknowledge what we don't know is the key to understanding. The truth may speak for itself, but blind certainty is dangerous. Believing you know everything blinds you to new opportunities. Open-mindedness is the first step towards true understanding. Those who close themselves off to other opinions limit their own growth. Knowledge is valuable, but wisdom is found in humility. Those who do not doubt themselves often lack vision. Truth is a path, not a destination. Confidence is good, but arrogance can be destructive. The need to be right can obscure the search for truth. Sometimes what we think we know is only a fragment of reality. Rigidity in beliefs can be the greatest obstacle to truth. The willingness to question is the first step toward growth. Those who cling to their certainties often deprive themselves of new ideas. True strength lies in the ability to adapt and learn. Wisdom is not knowing everything, but recognizing that there is always more to learn. Humility is the key to discovering new truths. Sometimes what we think we know may just be an illusion. The search for truth requires courage to challenge our own beliefs. Blind confidence in our opinions can lead us astray. Those who are unable to listen rarely find the truth. The truth speaks volumes, but arrogance can be deaf. Openness to new ideas is the path to wisdom. Those who are too sure of their truth often get lost in confusion. Healthy doubt can be the first step toward clarity. The search for truth is a journey of discovery, not a fixed path. The willingness to learn is the key to avoiding the blindness of certainty. Those who do not recognize their own mistakes often repeat the same ones. Wisdom lies in the balance between confidence and humility. The truth is revealed to those who are willing to listen. Curiosity is the spark that lights the fire of knowledge. Those who believe they have the absolute truth often close themselves off to new realities. Humility is the first step towards true understanding. Rigidity in beliefs limits our capacity for growth. Truth flourishes in an environment of respect and openness. Sometimes the hardest thing is to accept that we are not always right. A good role model is a compass that guides you to success. Role models are beacons that light our way. When we admire someone, we adopt their best qualities. A role model inspires us to be better versions of ourselves. Real-life heroes teach us that anything is possible. A role model motivates us to overcome our limits. Someone to look up to gives us a reason to strive. Role models show us that dreams do come true. A good role model teaches us the importance of perseverance. Admiring someone helps us develop our own identity. Role models inspire us to pursue our passions. A role model shows us that obstacles can be overcome. Someone we admire teaches us the value of hard work. Role models show us that excellence is achievable. A role model teaches us the importance of integrity. Admiring someone helps us develop a positive mindset. Role models show us to never give up. A role model teaches us the value of humility. Someone we admire inspires us to be more compassionate. Role models show us that happiness is found on the journey. A role model teaches us the importance of gratitude. Admiring someone helps us develop our self-confidence. Role models show us that we can make a difference. A role model teaches us the value of friendship. Someone we admire inspires us to be more generous. Role models show us that education is the key to success. A role model teaches us the importance of health. Admiring someone helps us develop our creativity. Role models show us that failure is a learning opportunity. A role model teaches us the value of family. Someone we admire inspires us to be more fair. Role models show us that life is a journey, not a destination. A role model teaches us the importance of patience. Admiring someone helps us develop our intuition. Role models show us that happiness lies within ourselves. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. A role model teaches us the value of honesty. Someone we admire inspires us to be more independent. Role models show us that success is a process, not an event. A role model teaches us the importance of perseverance. Admiring someone helps us develop our resilience. Role models show us that we can achieve anything we set our minds to. A role model teaches us the value of self-discipline. Someone we admire inspires us to be more optimistic. Role models show us that life is a gift. A role model teaches us the importance of gratitude. Admiring someone helps us develop our empathy. Role models show us that service to others is rewarding. A role model teaches us the value of passion. Someone we admire inspires us to be more authentic. Role models show us that we should never stop dreaming. Adaptation is the key to surviving and thriving in an ever-changing world. He who adapts to circumstances becomes a master of his destiny. Mental flexibility is as vital as physical strength. Adapting doesn't mean giving up, it means evolving. The ability to adapt is what distinguishes winners from laggards. In times of change, adaptability is your best ally. Life is a river, and those who know how to navigate it are the ones who go far. Changing direction doesn't mean losing your way. Sometimes it means finding a better path. Adaptability is a superpower we can all cultivate. Those who do not adapt remain trapped in the past. The ability to adapt transforms challenges into opportunities. In an uncertain world, being flexible is the only certainty you have. Adapting is learning to dance with the waves of life. Resistance to change only creates stagnation. Adaptation brings growth. Personal evolution begins with accepting change. Adapting is an art that is perfected with practice. Life will always present you with changes. Your response defines your path. True strength lies in the ability to adapt to the unexpected. Adaptation is the first step towards progress. Deep roots allow a tree to stand firm during storms. Adapting is recognizing that change is the only constant in life. Mental flexibility opens doors that rigidity closes. Adapting is finding balance in the midst of uncertainty. Those who adapt become leaders in their own lives. Every change is an opportunity in disguise. Adaptation allows you to discover it. Adaptability makes you the architect of your own destiny. Sometimes the best strategy is the one that fits the present moment. Adapting is like learning to surf. You have to find the right wave. Life doesn't always follow plan, but your ability to adapt can make it happen. Adapting is accepting that the future is a blank canvas. The most successful people are those who know how to change with the times. Adaptability is not weakness, it is wisdom in action. Every experience is a lesson. Adapting allows you to apply those lessons. Flexibility is the essence of personal growth. Adapting is recognizing that life is a journey, not a destination. The ability to adapt is what transforms fear into confidence. Facing change with an open mind is the first step to success. Adapting is seeing the world not only as it is, but as it could be. Those who adapt find opportunities in every challenge. Adaptation is the bridge between challenge and solution. The adaptable mind is the one that flourishes in difficult times. Adaptation is a sign of strength, not weakness. Every change brings with it a new opportunity for growth. Adapting is about maintaining balance on the roller coaster of life. Life is too short to resist change. Embrace adaptation. Those who know how to adapt never feel lost, no matter the path. Adaptability is the key to opening new doors in life. Every transformation begins with the willingness to adapt. In the art of living, adaptability is the best technique. Adapting is cultivating the resilience needed to face any challenge. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. In the spiritual arena, as in any other, the struggle for supremacy is constant. Spirituality, like life, is a battlefield where everyone seeks to ascend. Even in the realms of faith, ambition can cloud judgment. The desire to transcend can lead some to trample over others in their ascent. Spirituality is not immune to power struggles. The path to enlightenment is often paved with conflicting egos. The search for absolute truth can become a personal crusade. In the search for divinity, some become new gods. Spirituality, like any other philosophy, can be used as a tool of control. Faith, like any other belief, can be manipulated for power. The worst atrocities have been committed in the name of God. Spirituality is not alien to politics and strategy. The pursuit of perfection can lead to intolerance toward others. Spirituality, like any other ideology, can be used to justify violence. The struggle for spiritual mastery is often disguised as a search for truth. Spirituality, like any other form of knowledge, can be used to manipulate the masses. In the search for enlightenment, some get lost in ego. Spirituality, like any other discipline, has its own dogmas and hierarchies. Faith, like any other belief, can be used to divide people. Spirituality, like any other form of knowledge, is subject to interpretation. The search for absolute truth can lead to fanaticism. Spirituality, like any other form of expression, can be used for social control. Faith, like any other belief, can be used to justify inequality. Spirituality, like any other form of knowledge, can be used to oppress. The quest for enlightenment can lead to arrogance. Spirituality, like any other form of expression, can be used to manipulate emotions. Faith, like any other belief, can be used to justify exclusion. Spirituality, like any other form of knowledge, can be used to manipulate consciousness. The search for absolute truth can lead to isolation. Spirituality, like any other form of expression, can be used to control information. Faith, like any other belief, can be used to justify war. Spirituality, like any other form of knowledge, can be used to manipulate the destiny of others. The search for enlightenment can lead to the loss of humility. Spirituality, like any other form of expression, can be used to manipulate behavior. Faith, like any other belief, can be used to justify slavery. Spirituality, like any other form of knowledge, can be used to manipulate perception. The search for absolute truth can lead to the loss of compassion. Spirituality, like any other form of expression, can be used to manipulate reality. Faith, like any other belief, can be used to justify oppression. Spirituality, like any other form of knowledge, can be used to manipulate power. The search for enlightenment can lead to loss of connection with others. Spirituality, like any other form of expression, can be used to manipulate identity. Faith, like any other belief, can be used to justify discrimination. Spirituality, like any other form of knowledge, can be used to manipulate language. The search for absolute truth can lead to the loss of freedom. Spirituality, like any other form of expression, can be used to manipulate history. Faith, like any other belief, can be used to justify violence. Spirituality, like any other form of knowledge, can be used to manipulate the future. The search for enlightenment can lead to the loss of humanity. Spirituality, like any other form of expression, can be used to manipulate the destiny of humanity. The mind, like a garden, blossoms only with the right seeds. Just like the body, the soul needs food that truly nourishes it. What cannot be assimilated becomes a weight that holds us back. Wisdom is the digestion of experiences that shape us. Every idea needs a conducive environment to grow and flourish. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. Just as the stomach rejects what it cannot process, the heart protects what it cannot feel. Spirituality is a path that can only be taken by those who are ready to walk. Every step we take must be aligned with our ability to understand. The mind can only expand when it accepts what it can truly assimilate. The essence of life lies in feeding on what drives us forward. What enters our mind should be food, not poison. Just as the body seeks nutrients, the soul yearns for experiences that strengthen it. Emotions are like food. Some are substantial, some are just a treat. The quality of our thinking determines the richness of our life. Just like a healthy stomach, a clear mind needs what benefits it. Not all thoughts are appropriate. Choose wisely what you consume mentally. Just as the body feels weighed down by bad choices, the spirit is weighed down by negative thoughts. Life presents us with lessons, but we will only learn them if we are ready to digest them. Mental clarity comes from filtering out what we really need. What we cannot understand may leave us empty, but what we assimilate fills us. The mind is a refuge, and we must protect it from what is not good for it. We can only grow when we nourish ourselves with experiences that resonate with our being. Personal evolution occurs when we learn to select what nourishes us. Just as a good dish satisfies hunger, a good thought satisfies the spirit. Digesting ideas takes time, so be patient with yourself in the process. What feeds our spirit is as vital as what nourishes our body. Experiences are the food that prepares us for life's challenges. Just as a full stomach can block movement, an overloaded mind can stunt growth. Each learning must be well processed to generate true growth. The mind needs space to digest, just like the body. Knowledge becomes wisdom only when we assimilate it properly. A mind burdened with doubt feels heavy. A free mind seeks clarity. Thoughts are like food. Some make us feel better, some make us sick. Inner peace comes when we learn to filter what we let in. We can only face the unknown when we are willing to accept it. What you consume emotionally defines the quality of your life. Just as the body adapts to food, the spirit adapts to experiences. Personal growth begins with choosing what we allow to influence us. Experience without reflection is like undigested food. It does not nourish. Curiosity feeds the mind, while fear limits it. Learning is a process of chewing on ideas until they become part of us. Life is a banquet of lessons. Choose wisely what to eat. What cannot be assimilated should not be saved. Personal transformation begins when we choose what we really need. A heart full of love can digest difficulties with grace. The mind is a temple that should only house what enriches it. Inner harmony comes from a balance between what we take in and what we let go. Just as the body rejects what is toxic, the spirit must protect itself from what is negative. Every experience is a dish. Choose those that nourish your essence. Emotional digestion is an art. Take the time to understand. Every ending is a new beginning. Time heals all wounds, but you can speed up the process. You are stronger than you think. Self-love is the best antidote to heartbreak. Don't let one person take away your joy of living. The pain is temporary, but you are eternal. Life goes on, and so must you. Learning from experiences, good or bad, makes you stronger. Heartbreak is an opportunity to know yourself better. Don't cling to the past, live in the present. You deserve to be happy, don't settle for less. Every day is a new opportunity to start from scratch. Self-love will make you more attractive to others. Surround yourself with people who love and support you. Happiness is within you, don't look for it in others. Heartbreak is a part of life, but it doesn't define you. Forgiving is not forgetting, it is freeing yourself. Don't be afraid to feel, but don't be afraid to let go either. Invest time in your passions and hobbies. The best revenge is to be happy. If this video has fired you up, inspired you, or given you a fresh take on don't compare yourself to others, everyone has their own path. Believe in yourself and your capabilities. Life is too short to waste time regretting. Learn to let go and let go. True love will come when you are ready. Happiness does not depend on another person. Celebrate your achievements, big or small. Surround yourself with positivity and optimism. Don't be afraid to start over. Life is a journey, enjoy the ride. Every experience makes you wiser. Don't give up, keep going. Happiness is in the little things. Focus on your goals and objectives. Life is too short to live with resentment. Sorry, but don't forget. Believe in the power of laughter. Surround yourself with nature and find inner peace. Gratitude will help you appreciate what you have. Invest in your personal growth. Don't get attached to the idea of idealized romantic love. True love is patient and compassionate. Loneliness can be an opportunity to know yourself better. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Life is a constant learning process. Celebrate your strengths and work on your weaknesses. Happiness is a choice. Don't compare yourself to others. Believe in yourself and your ability to overcome any obstacle. True love will come when you least expect it. Anxiety is just a sign that you are seeking control. Learn to let go. Each deep breath is a step toward the calm you desire. Anxiety can be an adversary, but also an opportunity to grow. Don't let anxiety define you. You are stronger than your fears. What you feel doesn't control you, you control what you feel. Uncertainty is a part of life. Learn to embrace it with love. Remember that your thoughts are not facts. Question their veracity. The present moment is where your power lies. Live in it. Anxiety dissipates when you give space to calm in your mind. Every challenge is an opportunity to practice resilience. Self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity for your mental well-being. Strength is not measured by the absence of fear, but by the ability to face it. Find small moments of quiet in your day. They are powerful. Every small step counts. Don't underestimate your progress. Gratitude can transform anxiety into peace. Anxiety is not permanent. Remember that everything passes. Meditation is a powerful tool to find inner silence. Every time you face your fears, you become stronger. You don't have to have all the answers. The path reveals itself in due time. Your mind is a garden. Choose carefully the seeds you plant. Remember that it's okay to ask for help. You're not alone in this. Self-compassion is your ally in times of anxiety. Your well-being is a priority. Don't hesitate to protect it. Find beauty in simplicity. Sometimes, that's enough to calm the mind. Allow yourself to feel, but don't get caught up in what you feel. Action, no matter how small, can break the cycle of anxiety. Don't rush. Every day is a new opportunity to start over. Anxious thoughts are like clouds. They will always pass. Silence sometimes speaks louder than words. Listen to your inner self. Every day is a blank page. Write your own story of calm. Connecting with nature can be a balm for an anxious soul. Practicing acceptance will free you from the weight of resistance. Anxiety is just a part of your experience, not your identity. Every moment you face with courage is a personal triumph. The routine of self-expression can be a valuable outlet for anxiety. Your journey is unique. Don't compare yourself to others. Learn to enjoy moments of tranquility. They are a gift. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up, it means finding peace in the chaos. Trust your ability to navigate the sea of your emotions. The practice of gratitude can brighten even the darkest days. Listening to music that inspires you can change your mood. Resilience is built in adversity. Every difficulty is a lesson. Don't hold on to what you can't control. Focus on what you can. Every small achievement is a step towards freedom from anxiety. Laughter is a powerful medicine. Find reasons to smile. Vulnerability is a strength. Showing your feelings is brave. Every breath is an opportunity to renew yourself. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. Faith in yourself can overcome any fear. Find refuge in routine. Structure can calm the mind. Your journey to calm begins with a single step. Go ahead and take that step. He who does not question is satisfied with the answers of others. Ignorance is not a virtue. Curiosity is the key to knowledge. The fear of thinking differently makes you a prisoner of your own beliefs. Reason is the only path to intellectual freedom. He who fears doubt fears the truth. A critical spirit is a free spirit. Blind faith is a shortcut to ignorance. Wisdom is not inherited, it is built with each question. Fanaticism is the enemy of reason. Truth is not found in repetition, but in constant searching. An open mind is the best shield against manipulation. Doubt is the first step towards knowledge. Intellectual arrogance is the greatest enemy of truth. Reason is not a tool, it is a gift that we must cultivate. Willful ignorance is a cowardly choice. Critical thinking is the foundation of a free society. Truth does not fear scrutiny, only dogmas do. Curiosity is the driving force of human evolution. Blind faith is a renunciation of reason. The mind is like a parachute, it only works if it is open. Reason is the compass that guides us in life. Knowledge is not power, applied knowledge is power. Ignorance is the mother of all fears. Doubt is the seed of innovation. Intellectual arrogance impedes learning. Reason is the antidote to superstition. Willful ignorance is a choice that impoverishes. Critical thinking is the basis of a just society. The truth is not imposed, it is discovered. Curiosity is the engine of progress. Blind faith is a renunciation of freedom. Open-mindedness is a muscle that grows stronger with use. Reason is the most powerful tool we have. Ignorance is the root of many conflicts. Doubt is the beginning of wisdom. Intellectual arrogance blinds us to other perspectives. Reason is the path to autonomy. Ignorance is a burden that limits our possibilities. Critical thinking is the basis of a democratic society. The truth is not found in books, but in experience and reflection. Curiosity is the antidote to boredom. Blind faith is a renunciation of critical thinking. Open mind is the key to happiness. Reason is the foundation of science. Ignorance is a choice that impoverishes us intellectually. Critical thinking is the foundation of a prosperous society. The truth is not revealed, it is constructed. Curiosity is the engine of creativity. Blind faith is a renunciation of individuality. An open mind is the path to self-realization. Dreams have no limits. What you imagine can become your reality. Creativity is the first step towards the realization of any idea. The vision you have today can transform into the life you live tomorrow. Anything you can conceive, you can achieve with determination. Imagination is the engine that drives change in the world. If you can dream it, you can do it. The future is your canvas. Reality begins the moment you let your imagination fly. The impossible only exists until someone makes it possible. Brilliant ideas are the first step to building a great future. Every great achievement begins with the audacity to dream big. The mind is powerful. What you imagine can become your destiny. Never underestimate the power of an idea. It can change your life. Innovation is the result of allowing imagination to flourish. What you visualize clearly, you can achieve with effort. Every idea is a brick in the construction of your reality. Passion and imagination are the fuel of your dreams. The universe responds to what you imagine. Be bold in your thoughts. Transformation begins when you decide to bring your visions to life. Everything that exists was once just an idea in someone's mind. The possibility of the extraordinary lies within each of us. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. Every step toward your dream begins with a spark of imagination. Reality is shaped by the thoughts you choose to cultivate. Creativity is the path to a future full of possibilities. The great deeds of humanity began as mere dreams. Imagine a better world. Every change begins with a vision. Faith in your ideas can open doors you never thought possible. Life is a reflection of what you imagine and pursue with passion. What is not dreamed of is never achieved. Dare to imagine. Your imagination is the first step to creating a bright future. The boldest ideas are the ones that can change the course of history. The magic of life lies in the ability to turn dreams into reality. The human mind is an infinite space. It fills every corner with great visions. Inspiration can come from anywhere, so keep an open mind. Your potential is as great as your ability to imagine. Every creation begins with a thought. Let your creativity flow. If you don't dare to imagine, you will never discover what you could achieve. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. The most ambitious goals arise from the spark of an idea. Vision is the first step. Action is what makes the difference. Imagination is the first step towards any great advancement. Every time you imagine, you are one step closer to your dreams. Life is a canvas. Paint on it the images of your aspirations. Don't limit your dreams. The sky is just the beginning. Everything you want can be yours if you dare to imagine it. Unlimited creativity can take you to unexpected destinations. History is full of those who believed in their dreams and made them come true. What you visualize today can be your reality tomorrow. The power of imagination can overcome any obstacle. Life is transformed when we decide to dream without restrictions. Your story is written with the ink of your boldest thoughts. A child's mind is a garden that needs to be cultivated with ideas and experiences. Nurturing creativity is sowing seeds of innovation for the future. A child with an open mind is an adult with a world of possibilities. Creativity is the engine that drives progress and evolution. Stimulating the imagination is lighting a flame that will never go out. Creativity is the universal language of children. A creative child is a happy and self-confident child. Creativity is the key to solving problems in original ways. Encouraging creativity is fostering children's innate curiosity. Creativity is the most powerful tool for learning. A creative child is a child who thinks outside the box. Creativity is the spark that ignites the passion for learning. Encouraging creativity is preparing children for an uncertain future. Creativity is the ability to connect ideas in unique ways. A creative child is a child who dares to dream big. Creativity is the force that drives change. Encouraging creativity is fostering critical thinking. Creativity is the engine of innovation. A creative child is a child who expresses himself freely. Creativity is the ability to see the world from different perspectives. Encouraging creativity is fostering self-confidence. Creativity is the most powerful tool for problem solving. A creative child is a child who adapts to change. Creativity is the source of originality. Encouraging creativity is fostering a love of learning. Creativity is the ability to generate new ideas. A creative child is a child who enjoys the learning process. Creativity is the force that drives exploration. Encouraging creativity is fostering collaboration. Creativity is the ability to connect with others. A creative child is a child who finds beauty in everything around him. Creativity is the force that drives innovation. Encouraging creativity is fostering resilience. Creativity is the ability to overcome obstacles. A creative child is a child who dares to make mistakes. Creativity is the force that drives personal growth. Before we go on, if you're keen on turning your finances around and securing the financial freedom you've always wanted, be sure to check out the link below. Encouraging creativity is fostering empathy. Creativity is the ability to put yourself in other people's shoes. A creative child is a child who appreciates diversity. Creativity is the force that drives social change. Encouraging creativity is fostering intellectual curiosity. Creativity is the ability to question the status quo. A creative child is a child who seeks new experiences. Creativity is the driving force behind skill development. Encouraging creativity is fostering critical thinking. Creativity is the ability to find innovative solutions. A creative child is a child who feels inspired. Creativity is the force that drives the development of personality. Encouraging creativity is fostering a love of learning. Creativity is the most valuable gift we can give our children. Grandparents are the bridge between the past and the future, full of wisdom and love. A grandparent's experience is a treasure that enriches the lives of his grandchildren. Every story that grandparents tell is a lesson that we should value. Grandparents are the guardians of family tradition and culture. In every hug from a grandparent there is the unconditional love that we all need. The patience of a grandfather is a gift that teaches us to face life calmly. Grandparents are the silent heroes who are always there to guide you. Laughter shared with a grandparent is a memory that lasts forever. Grandparents are the beacons of light that illuminate our path in dark times. A grandfather's wisdom can transform our challenges into opportunities. In every piece of advice from a grandfather there is a piece of history that deserves to be heard. The connection with a grandparent is a bond that is never broken, no matter the distance. Grandparents are the living memory of the family, sharing stories and traditions. Every moment with a grandparent is an opportunity to learn something new. The kindness of a grandparent can inspire an entire generation to be better. A grandfather's smile can brighten the grayest of days. A grandfather's faith in his grandchildren is a driving force that motivates us to achieve our goals. Grandparents are the soul of the family, creating a sense of belonging. The resilience of a grandfather teaches us to get up after every fall. A grandfather can be the best mentor on life's journey. The teachings of a grandfather are lessons that transcend time. The presence of a grandparent in a child's life is an invaluable blessing. Every moment shared with a grandparent is a jewel that we will treasure forever. Grandparents are the foundation on which we build our dreams. Family history lives on through the words and memories of grandparents. A grandfather's kindness is a legacy that is passed down from generation to generation. A grandfather's wisdom can guide us through the most difficult decisions. A grandfather always has a way of making us feel loved and understood. Grandparents are the teachers of life who teach us to love unconditionally. Every word of encouragement from a grandparent is a boost to success. Life is richer and more meaningful when we share it with our grandparents. Grandparents are the voice of experience that helps us find our way. The joy of a grandfather seeing his grandchildren prosper is unmatched. The tenderness of a grandfather can heal the deepest wounds. Grandparents are the pillars of the family, holding our roots. Life becomes more colorful with the wisdom and love of a grandfather. Every conversation with a grandparent is an opportunity to grow and learn. The story of each family is told through the experiences of their grandparents. Grandparents teach us that true wealth lies in relationships. A grandparent's love is a safe haven in times of uncertainty. Life is a journey, and grandparents are our wisest guides. A grandfather's smile can brighten even the darkest day. Grandparents are the ones who show us that love has no age. In every challenge, the strength of a grandfather inspires us to keep going. A grandfather's stories are the roots that connect us to our legacy. A grandfather is a beacon of hope in times of darkness. The kindness of a grandfather leaves an indelible mark on our hearts. Grandparents are the bearers of family tradition, creating ties between generations. Every hug from a grandparent is a reminder that we are always protected. The connection with our grandparents is one of life's greatest blessings. The more I know, the more I realize how little I know. Ignorance is the mother of wisdom, if one has the humility to recognize it. The thirst for knowledge is the engine that drives human evolution. Learning is a never-ending journey, full of surprises and discoveries. The curious mind is a magnet ready to boss your finances. Check out the link below.